there was a shoot that Katie had you on. You were filming in studio of a bunch of dancers, and in studio you were going around with a gimbal, and you had the camera going up, and then one of the dancers kicked the camera, and the thing just went spinning. The camera went spinning, and I just remember you being on the ground laughing so hard, and that I think is just the kind of energy that you bring to the table with everything that you do, as far as I've known you, and that's really cool. I think that it can be so stressful to be in this industry, especially whenever it comes to kind of finding work and to be on set with whatever it is that you're doing. But is that how you kind of go about your kind of mindset whenever you walk into a job?
Yeah, so I guess like because like I've been doing, you know, like wedding photography for, you know, for 20 years, it's like you kind of get desensitized to like so much emotions and like you know, like so many different things that could go wrong and everything like that, you know, and plus like, you know, I've actually like, you know, experienced a lot of that, right? So it's like, yes, things will definitely go wrong. I mean, that's just like number one. It's just like, you know, you plan for the best, or you actually hope for the best, but you plan for the worst, right? So that's number one, like straight up. I mean, especially with like, you know, weddings. So, you know, a lot of the stuff that I do with like other shoots and stuff like that is super breezy for me, right? Because it's like, there's not even that pressure of like, you know, like a wedding, you know, kind of thing. So it's like, so a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is like super easy, right?
See.
So,
well, here I am in the same shoe, like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. That's because I'm still more of like a beginner whenever it comes to any videography with dancers. But just you smiling made me feel so much easier in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, like as much as like, you know, your gear can get like kicked or something, or like, you know, get knocked over kind of thing. I mean, that's just the way it is. When you have like, you know, dancers like that just kind of like moving back and forth and you're super close and everything like that, like, yeah, there's something that's gonna, you know, bound to happen. But like to me, it's like, I feel like that's actually kind of funny, you know? Like, in a way, so. So, but for me, it's like, you know, that's the one thing is that, when you are the photographer like on set, you know, whether if you're doing like a wedding or anything, it's like you have the responsibility of having like a composure like all the way through, right? So it's like, you know, as much as like you know, it can be stressful, like, you know, doing like, you know, certain types of shoots, right? It's really all about your composure and holding that composure. Like when you do that, then it makes everybody else a lot more like, you know, like at ease, right? Because nobody wants to see like a frustrated or, you know, a nervous photographer on set kind of thing, because what happens is like that creates like a sort of like a like an environment where like everybody else is like, dude, is this guy gonna be okay kind of thing? And it's like, or maybe we should stop because it looks like, you know, the photographer or the videographer is having a hard time kind of thing, right? So in a lot of ways it's like, you know, that like forms, you know, a whole nother sort of like feel to it, right? So in a lot of ways, like we have like the utmost responsibility of like being like
energetically
energetically, right? And also being like cool, calm, and collective, and at the same time being very like directive and authoritative in like what we need to do, and to be able to make everybody else like feel comfortable like in the environment